Okay. All right, you guys. So I was just looking into the Latah County Jail, and up popped this woman. And this is Keely. She was booked on 2/18 of 25 for bench warrants, contempt of court. Okay, so when I looked into her, she just so happens to have the same address as TF. And so does her husband, whose name is Jeremy, I believe. So, are they collecting people now? Are they scooping people up? And are they sitting in jail now for whatever reason? Well, it looks to be that's the case. She has no bond set for a bench warrant. Contempt of court, it looks like. No bond. That's kind of interesting, I think, because they always let them out, right? In fact, there's a few people in here that are questionable. Now, with the documents that I just put out, there is so much in there with the court, with the dates that these arrests were done, that really are questionable. Because what those cops did, what the enforcement did, is they went in covertly without any of these guys that they went in and got all their stuff. They busted them. Like, they went in and they raided their places and their properties, and they took everything. They took their guns, they took their rugs, they took their money, they took whatever they could, that implicated that it wasn't theirs, and plus it was nefarious, right? Or that they thought was involved with, like with the money. Of course, the money was probably gotten because of the, selling, trafficking of those. So that's why they could take that. So think about this. You've got a bunch of guys out there who are running a large amounts of rugs. All different kinds. Deadly kinds. Very, very bad ones. Not the, well, I guess you can say some are worse than others, which, yeah, there are. But these particular ones were, the F is extremely deadly. We all have heard about that, right? So these guys, who are probably more than likely doing these, whether they're full-blown addicts, or whether they're just doing them recreationally, or whether they're somewhere in between, they're pretty much probably doing them some way, shape, or form. And if they're not doing them, meaning like willingly, they're probably doing them involuntarily when they're mixing this stuff up and things like that, because it's going to get in your system. It's touch, that stuff will go see through your system. Just like the cops, when they go in and they bust people and they think they might have rugs on them, and they start gloving up and put a face mask on, because it's airborne. You can get that stuff airborne. And I saw this video. In fact, I'll see if I can find it and link it into the description, because it was so scary. This cop literally was just searching through this guy's stuff, and I think he opened up a thing of, maybe it was a tinfoil or something rather. Anyway, that guy went down, and he went down hard, and he stayed down. He stayed down, and he stayed down, and he stayed down. I think they gave him maybe 3 shots of Narcan. I was thinking at one point that the guy wasn't going to make it. I think he did actually make it, but I mean, the ambulance came, everybody, and that guy, it was so crazy looking. And there's another video too I've been wanting to make a video of, because turn the heat up, because I found that video like a year ago, and the last name of the guy reminded, oh no, that's not what it was, because he was in Conway, Washington, which is where the Chapins lived, right? And which attaches to another video that I made over a year ago with a newscaster reporting from Conway. Well, in the background of the convenience store he's reporting in front of is literally all the cars and the RV. They look like they're all there at that convenience store going and shopping. I'm not joking you. It is wild. And here's this reporter, doesn't know what the hell's going on behind him or what's going on back there, And you don't see anybody, you just see the vehicles. And it's just wild, man. That video, when I first saw it, I was like, what is that? I mean, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And you know what? I don't know if I've gotten really any comments on that video. I don't think anybody really knew what they were looking at or knew what I was talking about or anything. It was just these are the videos now that are so relevant. We all need to go back and look at our old videos because there's something in there. There's something in there we didn't see before. In fact, there's a whole lot going on with these addresses, you guys, that are extremely weird. For instance, Matt Kurt, the cop that was, he retired early because he was going to be, fired or whatever anyway, for grooming the sorority girls and having his way with them on duty when he was working. Well, he seems to have lived on the same road as this guy, Jeremy. Yeah. And that's very, 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 very odd. Unless you want to connect it with, let's say, Kopaka. Because Christian Yenna and Matt Kurt seem to be very close. They seem to be buddy-buddy. Now, Christian Yenna was one of the roommates of, allegedly of Kopaka and Jordan Baker. And so if that's the case, what's going on? Because when Brian got there, if he did interview with the Pullman police and he was supposed to be reviewing, like he'd be reviewing the body cams, right? That would be his job. Could you imagine what Kurt would be thinking? How he would not really like that to happen, right? Because I'm sure they're pretty nefarious with not all, but a lot of them over there. I mean, you got Dan Graves, who he was let go too because he RAPED'd a sorority girl. And not only that, but they found the DNA of 3 men on her sleeve, on her clothes. Not just 1, 3. 2 guys were let go. Don't even know who the third one is. I believe the second one is this Kurt guy. Now, he now lives in Tucson, Arizona. Interesting, isn't that? Isn't that where those boys were from? The whole time this was happening, he's married and had 2 kids. Yep. And you know what else? That guy went from police department to police department to police department. He had all the this on his Facebook. He has all these badges. He's cop badges. Oh, excuse me. And literally, he was there like a year or under with all of them. And under the photograph, it says, "Oh no, what happened?" Under all of them, it's like, well. Shocker that he didn't know. It's actually not a shocker. I should take that back. That he was at Pullman for as long as he was because they don't pay attention or they don't care or whatever it is. I don't really know. But he was there much longer than he should have been. 2 years into, he'd been there and had been complaints about him that the campus police where he worked did not bring it to the I can't remember what it's called, but it's a part of the university that they're supposed to bring these grievances to and let them know what happened, these types of things. They didn't do it. So the chief, the assistant chief, and the captain and this Matt all retired at the same time because they all got reprimanded. 4 of them gone, boom, just like that. And then you have Daniel Graves. After he did that to that girl, they considered it a mistrial, and then the students at the school, they threw a freaking fit, and they wanted it to be retried. So they retried it, and again, there was DNA. I mean, it was like 100%, and he still didn't, nothing. That's what it's like over there, right? How are the women to survive over there? I don't know. I really don't know. But anyway, this Kurt guy. Can you imagine? What if him and BK had a run-in? Do you know what day he was? What day he retired? November 4th of 2022. Now, you know that last little thing that was in the, kept bringing up the body cam where allegedly they're saying that it was Brian. They put his name down there, that it could have been him on that call when he wasn't even here yet. It was like 2021. I think Plunder put out the first one. Well, guess what? Guess who was on that, listed on there as a police officer that day? Matt. Yeah. He's about the, if you think about Matt, oh man, wow, I just now thought of this. If you think about his size and his eye, if he could be that guy. He's a description right there. Whoa. Wow. You know who else is the description is Hargraves. That guy, Hargraves, he looks, when you look at him without, just his head, and you're seeing his face, you think he's much taller than he is. But then you see him, it's weird too. You see him, you look at him when he's, in the courtroom when he's like standing up, and it's the weirdest feeling whenever I see him like that, because he's smaller, way smaller than he looks like he should be. I don't know, it's weird. Sorry, I've been up all morning. I've been balls to the walls. So anyway, not only did this connect with Kurt and Briggs, but it's also connecting to, get this, in one of the places that he lived, there was a Gower, allegedly the guy that, that took him home, the driver, the Gower. I have never seen another Gower until I saw this on one of the addresses that they were either a neighbor or they were shared the same address, but not at the same time. It wasn't at the same time, but still, I'd never seen another Gower in there anywhere. I'd look all over for Gowers and never found one. So there's a few others in there as well, and it's crazy. It's literally nuts how they're connecting. And get this, all of them have something in common. They all either work for or own a construction company or a hazmat company. Not a hazmat, but an HVAC. There's that too. Now, this is something that's really weird. So the house that I think that, the light shining through, the one on Taylor, directly straight shot from the camera, that house at the time, there was a girl there, and she was the daughter of the owner of the HVAC company that Green used, for all that stuff. Yeah. You're starting to sound kind of sketchy now to people. I mean, this kind of stuff right here, I've got it down. I'll show you, but I'm not going to do it in this video because I just want to get this stuff out there right now. But there's many other ones. There's even, get this, a Gooch. Not a Gooch, Gooch. Now, wouldn't we just heard that Vicky Gooch, she's a detective, right? She interviewed Dylan, and prior to her interviewing Dylan, maybe a week or two prior to that, she saved or whatever, relocated, saved, basically, I guess what it would be, 6-7 girls from being trafficked, or they were in trafficking and she got them out. And then a couple weeks later, she interviewed Dylan. Interesting. So, Hunter Johnson, one of his very good friends, there's two guys that he would hang with. One of them's last name is Gooch. And his relative is a Vicky. So, is Vicky his mom? So that would be Hunter's, one of his best friends, his mother is Vicky Gooch. Is it getting a little too crazy right now? Can you guys handle some more? Seriously, because that was blowing my mind up. So get this. One of the associates of Matt, good old Matt, campus police officer, is a woman who is a professor at Wazoo. Do you want to guess what she does? What she professorizes in? Professorizes, that's a good name. That's a good word, professorizes. I'm going to use that all the time if I can. You want to know? Come on, you can guess. Criminology. Yeah, You got it. Criminology. Does it get any weirder than this? Uh-huh. So now you want to know the road? You want to know the road where Matt and Briggs lived at the same time down that road? Are you sure? Are you sure? Okay, I'll tell you. It was Old Wawa Road. What? Yeah, that's what I said. Well, that's enough for today because I can't handle anymore. I'm telling you, I am wiped out. I have been at this for so many hours. I do have another video coming out that I will show you all of the connections. Here's the problem. I can't really show the addresses on here because I'll get in trouble. So, I mean, you can always go look them up and find them yourself. I could kind of give you a little way to do that, or I could just cover them up like I did before. If that's cool with you guys, I can do that too. But I can't afford to get, for YouTube to have an issue with what I'm doing. So I just can't right at this point. So with that said, there's more to come. I don't have it in me right now. I am wiped out. And, the dates. One more thing I wanted to tell you guys. I don't think I told you guys already or not. So, Bailey, JJB, they raided his place covertly, unbeknownst to him. They didn't know it was them anymore. Bailey didn't know it was the task force. That was on February 11th of 2022. 2023? Or 2022. Anyway, same year that Emma, she got her DWI. She got her DWI on February 12th. So there's a date right there that can be very much connected. And there's more of them. There's a lot of them in August that are connected to, the noise complaint, things like that. And I'll get it, but it's the Moscow police reports. There's things like that are connected through there that I can get, but it's going to take me some time to do those. But so there's another one I can tell you about right now is the vicious dog stuff. So, the day on the 13th, there was a report from someone from Gritman Hospital who was reporting that there was a dog left in a car and it had been there for at least a couple hours. So they reported that, right? Well, then on the next, not too long after that, or prior to that actually, there was a report that came in from Gritman Hospital that someone had came in for a dog bite. So was it that guy's dog? Was it him that went to the hospital? Because there's that person that's moaning and groaning in there. And then you hear the guy, whoever's moaning and groaning, you hear him, he's very quiet, and then he whistles and he says Murphy. He's calling Murphy. And you can see, if you do it in the difference mode, you can actually see the dog running away from him. Uh-huh. And it looks like Murphy goes back around the Linda Lane apartments, and so circles around and goes back to the house, and then within minutes, not even a minute, maybe, you hear a bunch of barking. So it sounds like they could have had the pit bulls over there. And I will say, this is one thing that Wazoo Kim told me. She said, "You find the pit bulls, you find your guy." That's what she told me. She was adamant about it too. Very adamant. So I need to find the company that was listed in those papers, because I've heard of that company before. So I'm very curious where it's located. But I know 1,000,000% that I had heard about that, had no idea it was connected to this. Because I heard about it like a year and a half ago, like really early. And there was no connection to this at all, or even to this case with that particular thing. And I can't remember where I saw it. It was like on a Facebook or something. I don't remember where I saw it, but it was the dog. Oh my God, this pit bull. Oh, humongous. The chest on this thing. Oh my God, it was just huge. It was beautiful though. But anyway, Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna let you guys go. I love you. Thanks for waiting. I mean, I'm trying to get everything together, but it's really hard when there's so much, and I'm having a difficult time connecting it to where you guys will understand, where I can get it across, but the cop thing is really big. Oh, I forgot to add that too. Oh, should I add it from another? No. Okay, so that also connects Demetrius and Emma Bailey with the cop, because I believe that guy was grooming and they were doing nefarious things within that apartment building. And if you see when they opened up that door, when they busted the door in to get to get the roommates out, or yeah, that whole thing just still makes me cringe. There's nothing in the apartment. So when I found that video of Demetrius, he put up a thing about movies, about films. Do you want a film of yourself, or do you want to, or we're looking for girls for films or something like that. Anyway, I found one of them, and it's being filmed, which looks like to be that exact apartment. Exactly. It looks just like it. And so, and you've got Jordan Baker, who's in there, which is the other roommate who does his TikToks, and he's all touching himself, and he's got Hustler on his shirt, and he's talking about just
cash. What happened to
my God. Stash? What isn't he talking about?
I bought an electric guitar.
There's connects. There really are. But here's my thing. I think Emma and Demetrius are much deeper in this than anybody thinks. In fact, who the hell is Emma? Anyway, that's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. Okay. Love you guys. Ciao, ciao. For now. I've been wanting to say that all night. Ciao, ciao for now. All right. Ta-ta. TTFN. Okay, bye.